Hello and welcome to this edition of News Today. Without delay, let's have a look at the headlines first. Heavy rainfall and strong winds witnessed across Delhi region due to western disturbance. Prime Minister inaugurated Vizhinjam International Deepwater Multi-Purpose Seaport in Kerala. Government of Karnataka notified Hesaraghatta Grassland Conservation Reserve. Cancer patients in UK to receive immunotherapy drugs via single injection for faster treatment. Prime Minister inaugurated projects worth 58,000 crore rupees in the capital city Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh. As weather patterns continue to shift, the Delhi region has been witnessing a fresh bout of heavy rainfall and strong winds, a development that has drawn attention to larger climatic forces at play. According to the India Meteorological Department or IMD, these weather conditions have been triggered by a fresh western disturbance moving across northern and northwestern India. This brings us to the growing concern. There has been a noticeable increase in the frequency of western disturbances, and experts say this rise is directly linked to climate change. So what exactly are western disturbances? Western disturbances or WDs are extratropical storms that form due to low pressure areas created when polar and tropical winds interact. These disturbances are embedded within the subtropical westerly jet stream, a fast-moving air current at high altitudes, flowing from west to east in the Earth's atmosphere, positioned over the Himalayan and Tibetan highlands. They originate in the Caspian Sea or the Mediterranean region and then move eastward to bring sudden winter rain to regions such as the Hindu Kush, Karakoram, and the Western Himalayas. Let's understand their characteristics now. Western disturbances follow a non-monsoonal precipitation pattern and are driven by westerlies. They are most common during the boreal weather between December and March. These systems can lead to cold waves, dense fog, avalanches, landslides, lightning, and episodes of heavy precipitation. One striking example of their destructive potential was seen during the Uttarakhand floods in June 2013. Yet, WDs are not always harmful. Their significance cannot be overlooked, as the winter precipitation they bring is crucial for water security and agriculture, especially for rabi crops. Now, linking this to climate change, there's growing evidence that the increase in the frequency of western disturbances is a result of rising global temperatures, which in turn are strengthening the subtropical westerly jet stream. This is not just affecting the winter season. The impact of WDs now extends outside winter, leading to a rise in extreme weather events like heavy rainfall and floods. In addition, due to the rapid warming of the Arabian Sea, these disturbances are carrying more moisture than before, and with the broadening of the subtropical westerly jet stream, the geographical expanse of WDs is also increasing. In summary, while western disturbances continue to play a vital role in our winter climate and agricultural cycles, their evolving behavior is a clear signal of climate change in action. Moving on, Prime Minister has inaugurated the Vizhinjam International Deepwater Multi-Purpose Seaport in Kerala. Valued at 8,800 crore rupees, Vizhinjam Port marks a major milestone as India's first dedicated container transshipment port. Now, what exactly is a transshipment port? It includes terminals where cargo containers are shifted from one vessel to another before they reach their final destination. This significantly enhances cargo movement efficiency. And speaking of developments, India isn't stopping there. Alongside Vizhinjam, the country is also working on a deep water port at Vadhavan in Maharashtra's Palghar district. Additionally, a mega transshipment port is proposed on Great Nicobar Island in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Moving on to some key features of Vizhinjam Port. This port has been developed under the landlord model with the public-private partnership component. It follows a design, build, finance, operate and transfer or DBFOT basis. Under this landlord model, the Port Authority retains ownership and control, while cargo handling and terminal operations are leased to private operators. It's worth noting this is the first greenfield port project in India initiated by a state government under the PPP mode. Now, let's look at the significance of the port. Its strategic location is a game changer. Positioned close to the international east-west shipping route that connects Europe, the Persian Gulf, and the Far East. It also boasts a natural deep draft of nearly 20 meters, which means no capital dredging is needed, adding to its operational efficiency. And thanks to its curvy linear coast, the port benefits from a natural protection that mitigates tsunami impact and minimizes maintenance costs. There is a growing need for a transshipment hub in India due to several critical factors. At present, nearly 75% of India's transshipment cargo is handled at foreign ports such as Colombo, Singapore, and Klang, highlighting the country's foreign dependence in this sector. Establishing a domestic hub is expected to reduce costs by $80 to $100 per container and help prevent an annual income loss of $200 to $220 million. Moreover, this move supports the development of maritime infrastructure in line with national initiatives like the PM Gati Shakti National Logistics Policy and the Maritime Amrit Kal Vision 2047.
The government of Karnataka has notified the Hesaraghatta Grassland Conservation Reserve under Section 36A of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, marking a significant step toward environmental protection. Conservation reserves are protected areas that can be declared by either the state or central government to preserve landscapes, seascapes, flora and fauna. They usually act as buffer zones or ecological corridors linking national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and reserved forest. The management of such reserves is overseen by a Conservation Reserve Management Committee appointed by the state, which advises the Chief Wildlife Warden. The Hesaraghatta grassland, situated near Hesaraghatta Lake in Bengaluru, is the last surviving grassland habitat in the region. Grasslands, characterized by open spaces, warm and dry climates, are one of the world's most widely distributed terrestrial biomes, covering 20 to 40% of the global land area and about 24% of India's geographical area. Globally, they are classified into tropical savannas, temperate grasslands, and steppes. The Hesaraghatta grassland holds ecological importance as a biodiversity hotspot, home to leopards, Indian foxes, smooth-coated otters, and various migratory birds. It also plays a crucial hydrological role by acting as a sponge during monsoons and aiding in groundwater recharge. Furthermore, it forms a significant catchment for the Argavati River, Thippa-Gondanahalli Reservoir, and Hesaraghatta Lake. The ecological importance of grasslands stems from the wide range of ecosystem services they offer. These include provisioning services like food, fiber, and genetic resources, regulating services such as climate regulation, waste treatment, and pollination, cultural services that offer educational value, recreation, and cultural heritage, and supporting services like primary production, water cycling, and nutrient cycling. Together, these ecosystem services play a vital role in meeting human needs, ranging from food and shelter to health, aesthetic, and spiritual well-being. So, with this move, Karnataka has not only conserved a fragile and unique ecosystem, but also safeguarded an essential provider of ecological and societal benefits.
In a significant development, the UK has introduced a faster method of administering nivolumab, an immunotherapy drug. Instead of the traditional hour-long intravenous drip, patients will now receive the medication through a 15-minute injection. This change is aimed at delivering quicker and more convenient cancer treatment. Now, to better understand the importance of this development, let's take a closer look at what immunotherapy actually is. Immunotherapy is a type of biological therapy that makes use of components from a person's own immune system to fight diseases such as cancer. Unlike conventional treatments, this approach harnesses the body's natural defenses. To elaborate, biological therapy refers to the use of substances derived from living organisms to specifically target and treat cancer cells. This sets it apart from other treatments like chemotherapy. Speaking of which, chemotherapy works differently. It directly attacks cancer cells to prevent their growth and spread. However, one of its major downsides is that it may also harm healthy cells in the process. Moving on to how immunotherapy functions. One way it works is by stimulating the immune system to help it recognize and attack cancer cells more effectively. A good example of this mechanism is the use of immunomodulators. Another method involves creating immune system components in a laboratory. These lab-made components are then introduced into the body to restore or boost its natural ability to find and destroy cancer cells. Monoclonal antibodies serve as a prime example of this approach. There are several types of immunotherapies used to treat cancer. Checkpoint inhibitors work by releasing the immune system's brakes, allowing it to better target cancer cells. Cytokines, which are small proteins that carry messages between cells, help stimulate immune cells to attack cancer. Immunomodulators enhance specific parts of the immune system to treat certain cancers, while monoclonal antibodies are man-made immune proteins designed to target particular components of cancer cells. Another approach involves oncolytic viruses, which are modified to infect and kill tumor cells. Lastly, the category of other immunotherapies includes treatments such as CAR T-cell therapy and cancer vaccines. So what makes immunotherapy an appealing option for cancer treatment? Firstly, it is precise. The immune system is able to distinguish between cancerous and healthy cells, reducing unnecessary damage. Secondly, it is dynamic, meaning it can adapt and re-evaluate its response, launching new attacks if a tumor tries to evade detection. And thirdly, it has a memory. The immune system can remember cancer cells, which helps it recognize and eliminate the disease if it returns. However, despite its many benefits, immunotherapy also comes with certain limitations. One major challenge is that it is less effective for tumors associated with immune suppression and immune exclusion due to its selective nature. Additionally, its effectiveness varies from patient to patient, making survival rates and prognosis uncertain in many cases. And finally, one cannot ignore the high cost of treatment, which can be a barrier for many. In summary, while the UK's shift to a 15-minute injection for delivering nivolumab marks a breakthrough in improving treatment efficiency, the broader picture of immunotherapy still includes both remarkable strengths and significant challenges.
Moving on, the Prime Minister inaugurated development projects worth a staggering 58,000 crore rupees in Amaravati, the capital city of Andhra Pradesh. As part of his visit, the Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for multiple crucial buildings, such as the Legislative Assembly, the High Court, and the Secretariat, strengthening the administrative backbone of Amaravati. In addition to these civic infrastructure projects, the Prime Minister also laid the foundation stone for Navdurga testing range at Nagayalanka in Andhra Pradesh. This facility is specially designed for missile testing. Now, let's take a quick look at the city where all this is happening, Amaravati. Amaravati is a greenfield city situated along the banks of the river Krishna in Guntur district. It became the focus of state development after 2014 when Telangana was carved out of Andhra Pradesh and the capital project was officially launched. But Amaravati is not just about modern development. It carries within it a deep and rich cultural legacy, especially of Buddhism. Let's explore that a bit. Amaravati is home to the iconic Amaravati Stupa, which dates back to the 2nd century BCE. This ancient structure is one of the oldest Buddhist monuments in India and is referred to in inscriptions as the Mahachaitya, the Great Stupa. It is also believed that Amaravati is the place where Gautam Buddha first spread his teachings of Kal Chakra, the wheel of time. The revered Acharya Nagarjuna, who laid the foundations of the Madhyamika philosophy and inspired Mahayana Buddhism, is also believed to have resided here. The city attracted global attention in ancient times. Chinese pilgrim Xuan Zhang visited Amaravati during the first millennium to collect sacred Buddhist texts, highlighting its importance in the spread of Buddhist philosophy. But the historical legacy of Amaravati goes beyond Buddhism. The city, whose name translates to the place for immortals, served as the capital of the Satvahana kingdom from the mid-1st to early 3rd century AD. It also houses the Sri Amar Lingeshwara Swami temple, a medieval shrine dedicated to Lord Shiva. Now, let's talk about art. Amaravati pioneered an independent school of art that stands shoulder to shoulder with Gandhar and Mathura styles. What sets the Amaravati School of Art apart is its narrative style. It vividly portrays stories from the Buddha's life through dynamic medallions and carvings full of energy and expression. There's also a strong emphasis on naturalism, with realistic scenes that make the stories visually engaging. You'll often find these artistic elements on railings, plinths, and other parts of the Buddhist stupas, crafted from a distinctive white, marble-like stone that beautifully enhances detail. A prominent example of this style is the Buddha statue at Nagarjuna Konda. So, from ancient wisdom to modern progress, Amaravati truly represents a convergence of legacy and vision.
In today's Space in News, we turn our focus to Chile with its capital, Santiago. A powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake has struck southern Chile, prompting authorities to issue a tsunami alert in the region. To understand the broader context, Chile is located along the western seaboard of South America. It shares borders with Peru and Bolivia to the north and Argentina to the east, while the Pacific Ocean lies to its west. Notably, the Argentina-Chile border is the longest international border of South America and the third longest in the world, following those between Canada, United States, and Kazakhstan-Russia border. Geographically, Chile's landscape is dominated by the Andes Mountains, with the Atacama Desert in the north, known as the driest non-polar desert in the world. The country is prone to extreme natural events such as volcanic eruptions, violent earthquakes, and tsunamis, as it lies within the highly active Pacific Ring of Fire. Chile also hosts Ojos del Salado, the highest active volcano in the world. Economically, Chile holds significant global importance as a top copper producer and as part of the lithium triangle, along with Argentina and Bolivia, key to the global lithium supply chain.
As we conclude today's main news, let's have a look at some quick updates. Jharkhand collected data on the population of other backward classes or OBCs, the first step of the triple test laid down by the Supreme Court for OBC quotas in local bodies. The triple test was outlined in the Vikas Kishan Rao Gauli versus State of Maharashtra case in 2021. The President of India launched initiatives for senior citizens at the Aging with Dignity Initiatives for the Welfare of Senior Citizens event. Among the initiatives launched was the Senior Citizen Welfare Portal, a digital platform for elderly citizens that provides easy access to government schemes, healthcare benefits, and welfare services. An RBI working group to undertake a comprehensive review of trading and settlement timings of markets regulated by the Reserve Bank has submitted its report. RBI, under the provisions of various legislations including RBI Act 1934, FEMA 2000, Government Securities Act 2006 and Payments and Settlement Systems Act 2007, regulates money market, government securities market and foreign exchange market. Raman Festival, inscribed in the UNESCO representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity, is being celebrated in Uttarakhand. The festival is celebrated annually in late April after the harvest in the twin villages of Salo Dungra in the Uttarakhand. Researchers have created the first laboratory analog of the black hole bomb, a concept proposed by the physicist Yakov Zeldovich in 1971. The black hole bomb concept is the idea of leveraging the powerful rotational energy of a spinning black hole's ergosphere, which is the region just outside the event horizon where rotation amplifies nearby particles. The Securities and Exchange Board of India has cautioned investors against dealing with opinion trading platforms. These platforms allow participants to earn money by investing in their predictions on any sports, political developments, weather, or crypto events. Scientists discovered a small molecule, PZLA, that targets a key mitochondrial enzyme, offering a potential treatment for rare inherited disorders caused by mtDNA mutations. Mitochondrial DNA or mtDNA is a circular chromosome located inside mitochondria, which are the energy-producing organelles in cells. Bioswales are a powerful nature-based solution designed to help manage stormwater runoff while boosting biodiversity and enhancing urban landscapes. Bioswales are shallow, vegetated ditches designed to capture and filter runoff.
Before we sign off, let's challenge your understanding in today's installment of Test Your Learning. Thank you for joining us. We hope you found this episode of News Today engaging. For the solutions to the quiz and to access the PDF version of News Today, remember to visit the provided links in the description.